My nephew shattered my daughter's hand at a family pool party, so I broke his father's pride right there in front of everyone. I didn't scream when they said it. I didn't cry. I just felt a switch flip in my chest, shutting off 15 years of unconditional love in a single second. I came into their lives when Jake was 4 and Mia was 6. Their biological father was a ghost who only showed up to break promises and shatter their hearts. I was the one who went to every parent-teacher conference. I taught Jake how to shave. I worked double shifts to buy Mia her dream dress for prom. I funded their college accounts so they wouldn't start life buried in crushing debt. I thought I was their dad in every way that mattered, but they made sure to remind me I wasn't. It started over something incredibly stupid. Jake, now 19, had recklessly wrecked a car I bought him. I told him he had to get a part-time job to pay for the insurance deductible. Mia, 21, instantly jumped in to defend him, demanding I just pay it because we're family. When I held my ground, the mask slipped. Jake looked at me, his eyes full of absolute venom. You have no right to tell me what to do. You're not my dad. Mia crossed her arms, nodding in agreement. Exactly. You're not the one who raised us. You just married our mom. Stop pretending you have any real authority here. My wife, Sarah, was standing right there in the kitchen. I looked at her, waiting for her to intervene, to defend the man who had carried this family on his back for over a decade. She just looked at the floor, shifted her weight, and mumbled, "They're adults now, Mark. Don't push them." That was it. The ultimate betrayal. In that moment, I realized that to them, I was never a father. I was just a walking, breathing ATM. You're absolutely right, I said quietly. My voice was so dead and calm that it actually unsettled them. I'm not your dad. I didn't raise you. My mistake. I didn't say another word. I turned around, walked into the master bedroom, and grabbed my heavy canvas duffel bag. I packed enough clothes for a week, my passport, my important documents, and my laptop. I walked out the front door, got into my truck, and drove away without looking back. I didn't just leave the house. I left my role as their provider. The next morning, I sat in a cheap hotel room with my laptop and went to work. I logged into my bank accounts. I canceled Jake's auto insurance. I removed both of them from my unlimited family phone plan. I withdrew the remaining balance from the joint account. I shared with Sarah, leaving exactly 50%, which was incredibly generous considering I earned 90% of it. I emailed Sarah's landlord for a house leased entirely in my name and gave my immediate 30-day notice. Then I called my divorce lawyer. For the first 2 weeks, it was dead silent. I imagined Sarah told them I was just blowing off steam and would come crawling back with a pathetic apology and an open wallet. Then the brutal reality of my absence hit them like a freight train. It started on a Tuesday. I got a frantic email from Mia. Her university tuition check had bounced because I had withdrawn my automatic payment. Then Jake tried to call me from a friend's phone because his service had been shut off. His car had been towed from a parking lot, and because I was the sole legal owner on the title, the impound lot wouldn't let him anywhere near it. I ignored every single message. Eventually, Jake resorted to texting me from Sarah's phone. "Mark, where the hell are you? My phone is dead, my car is impounded, and mom is freaking out about the rent. Stop being childish and come home," I finally replied. "Why are you asking me? I'm just the guy who married your mom. Ask the man who raised you." An hour later, my phone rang. It was Sarah. She was hysterical, sobbing so hard I could barely understand her words. "They didn't mean it, Mark," she begged, panic lacing her voice. "They're just kids. You can't do this to us. We have 10 days before we have to move out. They keep asking where you went and why you're doing this." I leaned back in my chair, looking out the window of my new apartment. I felt absolutely nothing for the woman weeping on the other end of the line. "Tell them the truth, Sarah," I said, my voice ice cold. "Tell them their ATM broke. Tell them they got exactly what they asked for. You're their real mother. You figure it out." I hung up and blocked her number. I hear through mutual friends that Jake is now working 2 minimum wage jobs just to pay off the towing fees, and Mia had to drop out of her semester because she couldn't secure a student loan in time. Sarah had to move them all into a cramped, rundown 2-bedroom apartment across town. They wanted me to stop pretending I was their father, so I did, and it turns out the reality they asked for is a lot more expensive than they ever imagined.